news is here today. The third Juventus player to test positive for the coronavirus, Paulo Dybala, tested positive for the coronavirus today on March the 21st. It is March the 21st that has a date month sequence of 24. The significance of 24 is Rugani was the first player to test positive for the coronavirus in Europe. Rugani wears the number 24. And Juventus are going to win the Champions League final 24 years later from 1996. That is exactly what is going to happen for this year's Champions League this year. Is Juventus are going to win the European Cup after the coronavirus outbreak in Italy. Now, why did Paulo Dybala test positive today? As I've showed you with this date sequence before. But Paulo Dybala is 26 years of age right now. It is virus that has gematria of 89 and 26. He is also Argentinian. It's Argentina that has gematria of 89. But also it's the site of the final, Istanbul, that has gematria of 98 and 26. The Champions League final is rescheduled on a date numerology of 73, which is June the 27th of 2020. The amount of time from the announcement today to the final is a time span of 98 days. It's Istanbul that equals 98. It is champions that has gematria of 98. This is why Juventus are going to be crowned 98 days from the time that their jewel tested positive for the coronavirus. His nickname is La Joya, the jewel in Spanish. La Joya equals 64. 64 prior Champions Leagues were played this year. It's Juventus Football Club that has gematria of 64. I'm missing the L in football. And today's date numerology, March the 24th of 2020, is a date numerology of 67. Once again, it is Wuhan where this coronavirus outbreak began at. It is also Italy that has gematria of 67. No doubt about it. We see that this final is going to continue it. And Bryce Matuidi, number 14, was the last Juventus player to test positive for the coronavirus. He wore number 14. Today's announcement is 14 weeks until the final. I mean, take a look at Bryce Matuidi. It is Bryce Matuidi that has gematria of 53. That happens to be the same gematria as COVID, as the 2020 crash that we're going to see in the global economy. It is Paulo that has gematria of 65 and 20. It is Pandemic that has gematria of 65. And Paulo Dybala surely tested positive today for the novel coronavirus. And we need a cure right away for this. A jewel is what's needed. The crown Juventus champions in Europe again. This is the 28th Champions League. Corona is crowned in Italian. Now, that's where you're getting June the 27th of 2020, equaling a date numerology of 73. You see right there. I'm just showing you guys what the script of the Champions League is. And this is yet another big clue, another big revelation. All of this is 10 days after March the 11th, the day that European football got suspended. Paulo Dybala wears number 10. It is Juventus that begins with the 10th letter. Paulo Dybala was born in 1993. 1993 in the order of the Chinese zodiac is the year the rooster, number 10 in the order. In 1897, the year that Juventus was founded in the year the rooster, number 10 in the order. And they are going to be winning the European Cup 10 years later. This is why this announcement comes 10 days after March the 11th, the day that Rugani's test broke out, the day that the Rudy Gobert news broke out in the NBA, the day that the World Health Organization called this a global pandemic. And this announcement 10 days later is proof that numerologically this announcement today is going to symbolize something really significant. March the 21st, 321-2020, 10 date numerology. Any proof that this is what we're seeing on June the 27th? 27 is 9, 2020 is 4, and then I want you to see here that this is a 19 date numerology. That 19 breaks down to 10, that 10 breaks down to 1. He is going to be scoring in this Champions League final this year. He got infected. It was him and Ronaldo, and chances are Dybala and Ronaldo are going to be the two goal scorers in the Champions League final. Number 24, Rugani. Number 14, Matuidi. That's 38. That's where you're getting the gematria of pandemic. And now it's 48 when you add up all the numbers together. I don't really know what is the significance of 48 in all this, if that's where we get a gematria of infection or whatnot, but no doubt about it, this announcement today represents something really significant for the Champions League and what is about to follow. And even though this is all the evidence you need, that's the gematria of Istanbul with today's date, the June 27th. For decoding's sake, let's just break down the time duration from the original scheduled date of the final. That original date that was scheduled to host the final is a time span of 10 weeks. So we see more 10, meaning with this numerology sequence, how about the amount of time from his 26th birthday to today's announcement? By the way, that is November the 15th. November the 15th adds up to 26 as well. And so that begs the question with his 26th birthday. That's going to be a time span of 18 weeks later. It's 4 months and 7 days. It's 128 days. I mean, Buffon was born on the January the 28th, and this is the 28th Champions League this year. Corona is crowned in Italian. Then you have that English translation. Everything is starting to come together. So nothing that you see in this video is a coincidence. It's telling you what the script of this Champions League is going to be. This guy is going to be scoring in the Champions League final this year. And let me just see. He scored in the last game against Inter. It's Corona, and it is Italian. That all equals 66 and 30. But how many goals does he have for this season? How many goals does he have in his career? Let me break that all down for you. So we have 13 goals this year. We have 129 goals overall. 91 in his Juventus career. He's 9 goals away for goal number 100. That is the gematria of Turkey. This may be why he ends the year with 22 goals this year. Virus begins with the 22nd letter. I see by the numbers why he's at 91 right now. And it's only 9 goals away until he scores goal number 100. Is he going to do so over at Turkey? There's a strong possibility that this happens right now. But he's the third one. And I think it's only fitting that he may be one of many Juventus players infected with the coronavirus. It already happened in Italy. If there's a team that's going to get referee help this year, it really is going to be Juventus. And let me just, for a second, break down his birthday numerology. So, 15 is 6, November, that's 11, 1993 is 22, 22 doesn't break down, so that's going to be 39, and 39 ends up being 12, and 12 breaks down to 3. Ronaldo was born on the 12-3 date. The final on May the 30th of 2020 was originally a 12-3 date. So this is how you know that it was Juventus from the start, but you can't ignore the date that the game was originally scheduled to play. This news has a lot of meaning from the numbers 24 and 10 and 67 and 26. The birthday, the age, the particular day of the year, all of this has quite a bit of significant meaning. And let's just take the Initials. Paulo Dybala has gematria of 20, his initials, and this is the year 20 that we are seeing this global pandemic happen. So 98 days later, you are gonna see all this come to light.